Hi, seventh grade parents. Welcome to Virtual Curriculum Night, one of my favorite nights because I get to see you and meet you and talk about my class and all the cool things we do in histography. I guess this year you just get to watch me. That's okay. I'm Sarah Asher. Maybe you've heard your child call me Lady Asher, which is totally cool because I own a wee bit of land in Scotland, which affords me the right to call myself Lady. And I do mean a wee bit of land. But you can call me Mrs. Asher, Lady Asher, whatever you choose. I have been teaching social sciences for over 20 years now, and I have been at Seabury for 19 years. Can't believe this is my 19th year. Here we go. I thought I would project my syllabus as I talked about my class. This is in Schoology, so you are more than welcome to check it out yourself. I'm just going to go over some highlights and talk a lot about changes I've made this year and highlight a few things that are really important for me in the class in general. So why is it called histography, Lady Asher? Well, it's a term that I totally made up probably, I don't know, 7 years ago, maybe less. I can't remember when. It's just been histography for me for ages, it seems. John Dewey, the fundamental writer of early 20th century American education, said that geography and the complementary study of history become essential to what is good in education. Historical knowledge helps provide insight into the present forms of associated life. Geography is the science part of that association of present forms of life. History makes human connections, while geography makes the natural connections. So you put the historical human connections together with the natural connections, and you have histography. You cannot have one without the other. The geography influences the history, and sometimes the history influences the geography. So these two go together into histography, which is a term I totally made up. These two are linked. They can't be separated. And I just love histography, and I love teaching this subject. Dewey also said that geography is the queen of the social sciences. And I just love that view of being a queen of the social sciences. My goal is that by the end of this year, students will have a really solid foundation to go on and be successful in social sciences here at Seabury or even beyond Seabury's walls. I hope that they will become global citizens, not just have this basis of concrete knowledge in their head, but something that helps them understand the world as a whole. I also, one of my hidden curriculums is that I do a lot of concrete knowledge, capitals, countries, but my ultimate goal is to teach for peace. To learn about a world beyond our borders allows us to see we are alike in our differences. We are bound together in our human pursuits, no matter where we live. I imagine the world as a multifaceted jewel, and each facet of that beautiful jewel is a different culture. Now, different cultures, one facet is not better than another facet, and each facet is beautiful and reflects the human experience and light in its own way. So I really emphasize that one culture isn't above another culture. It's just a different view of the same human experience. Mark Twain said that travel, and I would argue that knowledge of other cultures, is fatal to prejudice, bigotry, and narrow-mindedness. Many of our people need it sorely on these accounts. Broad, wholesome, charitable views of men and things that cannot be acquired by vegetating in one's corner of the earth all of one's lifetime. So understanding these different cultures, traveling to different places, even if it's just virtual, helps break down the narrow-mindedness, bigotry, and prejudice that is so unfortunate in our world of the world and its different cultures and people. To open up minds, I also have been practicing mindfulness in the classroom for about 4 years. Mindfulness has no creed, it has no religion. It's simply about sitting quietly and focusing your mind on the present. So I want students to be present in this moment. And in this moment, there's a lot of anxiety, there's a lot of uncertainty in the world. And just for this time that the students and I are together, either face-to-face or virtually, I want them to be there with me. And mindfulness is a tool that hopefully can help them do that. At the beginning of class, I ring a bell and we sit quietly for about 2 minutes. No devices, no electronics, no music. Sometimes I'll put on some nature sounds from the call map, but it's just them and their minds in the quiet, ready to start the day, ready to start the class. Sometimes I'll put on nature sounds, but that's about it. Or sometimes I'll do a guided meditation with them to relax their body, especially if they're tense. So mindfulness is also one of those things I try to introduce and give to students. Let's get down to the nuts and bolts of my class. Grades are important, and I try to keep them simple, but grades aren't everything. I have changed the way that I grade from previous years. This summer gave me a lot of time to pre-fall of the Berlin Wall map, which means Yugoslavia, Czechoslovakia. There was no Kazakhstan or Tajikistan. So in that way, I'm kind of lacking, but that world map has stayed with me for decades. I'm still going to have students do homework, but homework will not be graded for right and wrong. It will be graded on completion. We will discuss the previous night's homework in class so that students can learn from the homework. So as long as they do the homework and make a solid, good effort, they get full credit. Assessments, formal assessments, will have multiple chances to gain full credit. There will be about 5 chances on map quizzes and 2, maybe more chances on unit tests. I really want students to find success and to gain mastery of this subject of histography. And hopefully having multiple chances to do formal assessments will allow them to not be so overwhelmed with the test, to relax and do their best. That's my hope. Let me go back up here. I'll answer emails from parents and students until about 8 p.m. If I receive anything after 8 p.m., I may not answer it until the next day. I try very hard to answer emails within a 24-hour time period. Sometimes I can, sometimes I can't. It depends on what's going on. But please know that I'll get back to your email or inquiry very soon. This year, we're going to cover the other half of the world, physical geography always first, then the cultural or human geography. Europe and Russia, Sub-Saharan Africa, and North America are on the table for this year. Also up this year is the 7th grade History Day project. So instead of doing a science fair this year, they're going to do an extended research project, History Day. This is to develop their research and writing skills. They can make a movie, they can make a 3-sided museum display, they can create their own website, they can write a traditional research paper, they can even put on a performance, writing the script, thinking about costumes and the set on a very small scale. So I believe that History Day provides a great rubric and a great skeleton for students to work within. There's a lot of freedom within the structure of the History Day program, and I have seen kids make such wonderful, wonderful projects. And I always learn something from their History Day projects. It's so cool to watch them develop and learn themselves. By the end of the History Day project, which will probably be in about February, they become experts on their subjects. My plan is to start History Day about October, and we work on it pretty regularly until February. I put a lot of structure into place given due dates. We talk about it a lot in class. My goal is that most of the work is going to be done here at school, and that you, the parent, won't have to worry so much about doing this project as well. So, History Day is a really big deal this year. Trying to think if there's anything else I may have forgotten. I don't think so, but if I have neglected to talk about anything, if you see something in the syllabus that is that you don't understand, please feel free to email me to ask me questions about the syllabus, about my class, about what we're talking about at the current moment. I am here to help you. I am here to help your student gain mastery of the subject and become confident learners. I hope this is a great school year, even if it is a little different. I hope it'll be a great school year. And please reach out if you need to talk to me at all. Thank you so much.